2017 was a year when I was caught in a storm of emotions, sadness, loneliness, and a deep sense of loss. I was living in a fog, unable to connect with those around me. I did not understand what was happening or how to go about fixing it. On one occasion, I shared briefly about this, I stood at the window waiting for my daughter to return. When she stumbled and fell, I watched as she tearfully made her way back to the house. I didn't move. I just watched. I felt numb, detached from her pain. I didn't feel compelled to comfort her. At that moment, feelings of guilt, shame, made me curious as to the cause of my indifference. What was happening to me? Where did my protective instincts go? And why could I feel anything? The detachment and disconnection were alarming. Somewhere along my journey, I had lost touch with myself. That moment sparked my awakening. I realized that I had been merely existing, going through each day without truly feeling or living. Despite being a dedicated mother and facing the challenges of single parenthood, I had lost sight of who I was. I was disconnected from myself and did not realize I was holding on to feelings and beliefs that shaped my life. I found myself asking, is this it? Is this what my life has come to? I had to act quickly. I sold what I could, gave up the comfort of my home, and bought a one-way ticket to Africa with my 2 children. Everyone thought I had lost it. But can you lose what is already lost? I was on a self-rescue mission, desperate to hear my laughter again, to find myself and reconnect with who I truly am. I took off. There was no plan B. 3 months later, in Africa, a pivotal moment reminded me of who I used to be. The video showed me laughing while watering the garden. The sound of happiness and joy was so familiar. I wondered where that person had gone. I was buried under the layers of disconnection. The revelation I sought was already within me, waiting to be rediscovered. The joy, the happiness, laughter, all still inside me. Realizing this was possible fueled my hunger for change and growth. When I returned to Canada in 2019, I faced another uphill battle. Unemployment and financial instability, but this time I refused to let survival dictate my path. I embraced the challenge with a burning fire, knowing true fulfillment lay in embracing my higher self. Fueled by newfound clarity, I began a journey of self-discovery. Determined to break free from the chains of survival, I invested in my personal growth, despite my uncertain circumstances. Survival was no longer an option. I was thirsty for knowledge, hungry for growth. I understood that my current knowledge wasn't enough to bring change. I needed new information. With each step forward, I found my strength and resilience, and I was committed to going the distance and breaking free from survival. Saying yes to my higher self opened doors I never thought possible. It showed me the power of resilience and unwavering belief that we can rewrite our stories. And as I stand here today and sit here today with you, sharing my journey, I am a living proof of the transformative power of embracing our true higher selves. There's no story you have told yourself that you cannot change. No experience that you have lived that you cannot recreate. Your higher self is always ahead of you. Embrace yourself. You're in for your biggest revelation. Your higher self is revealing itself to you even now. I accomplished things I never thought I could by saying yes to my higher self. This showed me that we can change our lives. And today, as I share my story, I am proof that embracing who we truly are can transform our lives. Amid the struggles, there's a glimmer of faith, a realization that you have the power to change your story, and it starts with saying yes to yourself. This book is about that, a guide to help you change the narrative of your story on your terms. So I want to share something quickly in the book, page 124. This is a very brief read. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read Passing the Baton, and I think some of you might relate to that. I understand the frustration of coming so close to your goals, yet feeling you've hit an invisible wall. It's a common struggle that many have faced. You've tried creating a vision, setting goals, visualizing your success, and even making vision boards, but you keep hitting that invisible wall. Think of it as a relay race, with each team member passes the baton to the next. Each player does their part, aligned with one vision to reach the finishing line. The first player doesn't cross the finish line, but they contribute by passing the baton. The next team member does the same, and with every baton passed, each team member contributes toward reaching the finishing line. It's not about the last player who crosses the line, but each one completing their part. In your personal growth, you are like the relay team, passing on your learnings, experiences, and wisdom to the next stage. Each stage contributes to the overall progress and eventual success. Now envision yourself in the relay, not just as a team member, but as the many versions of you. Each version passing the baton to the next. Each version of you moves closer to the finish line, contributing to the journey's completion. This is your personal relay, showing the contributions of each version of yourself. It's not about who crosses the finish line last. It's about each version contributing to the finish. With each pass of the baton, you trust that you will reach the finish line because each version relies on the other. Your highest version is the culmination of your growth and evolution. You reach to a point where you must let the next version of you go the distance. Each version will help you get to the finish line. Each version knows when to stop and pass the baton to the next. With each person, you find your anchor and witness your highest version, your ultimate potential, going the distance. Thank you.
Fadhwa, thank you so much.